Let's talk about NPD and the Hoover, because too many people think the relationship ended when the breakup happened. It didn't. For a narcissist, the breakup is just halftime. They grab some water, wipe the sweat off their ego, and come back out trying a different play. First things first, what is hoovering? Hoovering comes from the vacuum. Yes, a vacuum. For those of you under 18 or raised exclusively by Wi-Fi, there used to be a physical machine called a Hoover. Loud, aggressive, no mercy. It sucked up everything in its path, including Lego pieces, loose change, and your mama's patience. That's where the term comes from. And that's exactly what a narcissist with NPD is doing after the relationship ends. They are trying to suck you back into manipulation, emotional access, lies, gaslighting, and control once the relationship is already over. And here's the key thing people miss. Hoovering is not about love. It is not about missing you. It is not about closure. It is about re-establishing access. Whether the ending was a discard, where they tossed you out emotionally like last season's fashion, or a reverse discard, where they behaved so terribly that you had no choice but to drop them like a bad habit, the narcissist still believes you are a usable resource. NPD is built on entitlement. They don't see people, they see functions. Now, when do Hoovers usually happen? That depends. And this is where people get confused, because most of you didn't realize you already got hoovered. From the very moment you disengage, emotionally, physically, spiritually, the narcissist feels a threat to their identity. Not their heart, their identity. With NPD, the self is fragile. It's held together with duct tape, fantasy, and other people's reactions. One of the first Hoovers is the new supply flex. They suddenly want you to know they're dating someone else. They'll post it, mention it, accidentally on purpose, let it slip. That's not because they're happy. That's because they want to hurt you, destabilize you, and see if they still have emotional reach. If you react, even silently, they win. Supply doesn't require conversation. It requires reaction. Then there's the quick Hoover. This is the, I forgot something at your place. The, I lost something. The, hey, just checking in. That's not kindness. That's reconnaissance. They are testing your mental defenses. They're scanning to see if the old manipulation still works, if the gaslighting still lands, if the door is cracked. Don't romanticize it. This is psychological probing. Now let me be very clear about the goal here. Once the discard happens, the objective is no contact, not low contact, not polite contact, not we're cool now, no contact. Forever. Not because you're bitter, but because NPD does not resolve through conversation. It resolves through absence. Now I understand something important. You're going to think about the narcissist. That's normal. Trauma bonds don't evaporate overnight. But thinking is not the same as engaging. The work is not to stop thinking. The work is to never respond to a Hoover. And yes, I'll say it plainly, I fell for a couple Hoovers myself. That's how I know what I'm talking about. But when no contact finally stuck, it's stuck for life. Because peace is not fragile once you protect it properly. Now, let's talk about the long-form Hoover. This is when the narcissist disappears for a long time. Months. Years. Silence so quiet you think, maybe they finally moved on. What they're actually doing is hoping you Hoover yourself, that you reach out, that you get nostalgic, that you miss the fantasy version of them. This is called a reverse Hoover, and it is one of the most dangerous ones because it feels like it came from you. Don't do it. You are more valuable than chasing someone who only exists when they want something. Then there's the trigger Hoover, the sneakiest one of all. This is when they know you're watching their social media. And let me stop right here and say something unpopular. Most people say they're not watching, but curiosity is undefeated. The narcissist knows this, so they start performing. Smear campaigns, subtle insults, new supply posts, wearing clothes they borrowed from you and never gave back like some kind of psychological museum exhibit. They're baiting you. They want you activated. And right in the middle of this video, Subscribe to Marcus Ferrell Live. Now sometimes, and this messes with people's heads, the narcissist never hoovers. That can happen for a few reasons. Maybe your boundary scared them. Maybe your absence destabilized them too much. Or maybe, honestly, they just found a new universe to terrorize. New city, new supply, new friend group. Same disorder, same cycle. But let me clear something up that people love to argue about in the comments. Yes, you cross the narcissist's mind. Yes, they look at your social media. No, blocking them does not stop that. I don't care what anybody says. Narcissists are better than three-letter agencies when it comes to finding information. Fake accounts, mutuals, screenshots, drive-bys. And for the people who say, they didn't even have social media when we were together, congratulations. They have it now. Because curiosity and entitlement don't expire. Why do they watch? Because they can get supply without contact. A sad post. A vague quote. A spiral caption. That's fuel. That's validation. That's proof you're still impacted. Which is why silence, neutrality, and boring stability are kryptonite to NPD. Now here's the part nobody prepares you for. The delayed long-form Hoover. This one comes years later. 3 years. 5 years. I've heard 12. You've healed. You've moved on. You're finally calm. And suddenly, random calls. Unknown numbers. Accidental messages. Coincidences that aren't coincidences. That's not nostalgia. That's desperation. The narcissist's old supply wells dried up, and they're circling old territory like a dehydrated vulture. And here's the scientific truth underneath all of this. NPD is marked by impaired empathy, emotional regulation deficits, and a constant need for external validation to stabilize the self. Hoovering is not emotional. It is mechanical. It's a system trying to restore equilibrium by reaccessing a former resource. So if you take nothing else from this, take this. A Hoover is not a compliment. It is not proof of love. It is proof that your absence worked. Thank you for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. And I genuinely hope this helps you heal.